Yeah, I think Greg has to make you host.
Do you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
All right, wonderful. So as I have been through several strategic meetings, with our board, I have definitely identified revenue generation, cost reduction, and incentivizing our customers as the top 3 goals for 2016. With this big umbrella for our strategy going forward for WestJet, especially in the near future, what my department kind of align themselves with this broad strategy is to operate under 3 big umbrellas of social media strategy that we have in place, which is customer service, revenue, support, and brand engagement. So what I requested my department is to do a gap analysis on our existing platforms and tell us whether we really need new social platforms to be introduced on our current existing portfolio, what the gaps are and what the strengths are. So currently we have Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, WestJet blog, and LinkedIn already as part of our social media portfolio, which we are actively engaged in. So out of these platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube definitely are top contenders that we are very actively engaged in, and we continue to maintain our presence and maybe even enhance our presence in these 3 platforms, because the market research clearly identifies these platforms to be the majors in all respects. Twitter is excellent for customer service. We receive immediate feedback. We support the response to the customers, and it's live, it's quick, and it's very effective. Word of mouth retweets is definitely giving us more revenue than ever. So Twitter is definitely very effective platform that we already have in place, and we continue to go forward with it. Facebook, with its massive audience reach and targeted advertising and powerful analytics, is the top platform and continues to maintain its top position in social media, and we plan to stay engaged and continue to maintain our presence. YouTube, we have had several success stories by running our ad campaigns and videos on YouTube and sharing them on Twitter and Facebook to get better audience and more attention, and we continue to advertise and publicize our services on YouTube going forward as well. Instagram, WestJet blog, and LinkedIn are secondary platforms which we will continue to maintain because they sort of serve a niche purpose. Like, for instance, LinkedIn is important for business to business engagement and to help our operations team in talent recruitment and promoting business related content. So these do take some of our budget, but they are not the top platforms that consumes most of our budget. So they will still be there, but we will be spending less on these platforms because to generate more revenue, we want to focus on platforms that give us the most revenue. So that is a gap analysis that kind of helped us identify where we need to focus our money and effort going forward in 2016. There was another market research that I came across, which was issued by Canadian Tourism Commission, which identifies millennials as the target market going forward in definitely next couple of years. So Canada, as Canada Tourism is focusing their efforts in tapping millennial growth or millennial market for growing their tourism business. So to align within the Canadian governance, we ought to focus on getting millennial attention and tap that market for generating more revenue and incentivizing customers. So this is a very effective report, which is a formal issue from the tourism department that I've already shared with you. So if you want to share, see more details, you have that resource at your end. After looking at the current broad strategy results from the gap analysis and identifying millennials as our target market, most of my department is proposing two additional platforms, Snapchat and Pinterest, to be added to our current social media portfolio. One of our leads actually helped me in identifying the strengths for these platforms and how we can use them in supporting our current strategy for revenue generation and cost reduction. So Snapchat is actually a very speedily growing platform, especially in the younger generation. It captures about 70% of the market, which is very impressive. So if we want to, get the ear of the millennials and the right target market, we have to show our presence on Snapchat. So this is something that we cannot do without. So the other good features is we can use Snapchat as a platform to run interesting prizes and sweepstakes. We can give brief sneak peek of our new products. We can reward travelers with coupons. Promote last minute offers for attracting more travelers. So the benefits of introducing Snapchats as a platform for marketing is exceptional. Besides that, the competition of smaller airlines, they are all advertising on Snapchat. So if you look at this 9% market share that is captured by the smaller airlines, who are not really our competition, they are all advertising on Snapchat. This is a low-hanging fruit for us, which is very easy to attract in terms of revenue by advertising and giving competition to these smaller airlines. I think we ought to introduce Snapchat in our portfolio. So this is a no-brainer. Pinterest, on the other hand, is a very different tool. It is a tool for which I feel personally is more effective for branding engagement, to invite customers who are essentially planned vacationers. So what Pinterest does is it kind of creates an aspirational idea in the mind of the consumer to what their vacation should look like. So it pins and tags hospitality, food, fashion, and it creates a picture on what your dream vacation should be. So it is exceptional platform to get the attention of planned vacationer, and mostly women, because they are the ones who are actually planning for their families. So I think this is a great platform for growth, future growth, and we cannot not be on Pinterest because we don't have a very effective tool for brand management right now. So this platform can fill that gap. So the other part is Southwest, who is another competitor for our airline, has the same business model, is heavily investing in Pinterest, and their research also shows that with the alignment in their business model and our business model being like this, if Southwest is investing in advertising on Pinterest, we ought to know what they're doing. So we have to show our presence on Pinterest to make sure that we tap onto that competition. All in all, to conclude, we are requesting additional $200,000, over our approved budget. And essentially, this extra money is going to cover for contingencies for any technical unknowns and for purchasing analytics from these platforms, which will help us, improve our predictability on our customer behavior in the following years, so that we can do better forecasting on what to expect in terms of revenue in this time of uncertainty. So that's my plan to spend this budget. So that if we are given the budget approval on time, my 60-day look ahead is to get the commercial rights on Pinterest and Snapchat, to identify resources and start training them, to retire any redundant platforms to help cost reduction. If we have any redundant platforms that don't serve our purpose or don't have the right target audience, I want to take that resource away, retire those platforms, and use those resources towards these new platforms. So that is already being studied in my department, so that we can support your cost reduction strategy. We also would like to engage with operations to identify current marketing needs and start designing ad campaigns. So we really don't want to miss any time, and we would request your immediate endorsement on this request. And honestly speaking, with the company current performance and the revenue results, 200,000 is like peanuts, and I can stand behind this number to, get this money back in terms of revenue very quickly. And this is nothing. So if you have any questions, I would, or any feedback, I would honor that, and please let me know.
Great presentation, Garima. I appreciate you putting this together, and it was very thorough. My only question is, you did mention that you're analyzing redundancies and reducing platforms. Why, if your team has already studied that, why not already take that into effect and encompass these new platforms with eliminating two others?
So I do want to do that, but with the current customers or with the current needs that they are supporting, without having the newer ones already rolled out, I do not want to take them away. So if you endorse our two new platforms that we are proposing, I am definitely, Periscope is definitely something that is on the chopping block for us. And then WestJet blogging is just sharing, policies and change in the current, you know, essentially, posting what is changing in airline policies, which we have several other places to do so. So those two, I feel we can retire or reduce